Anime Nation podcast. I'm the newly crowned king of anime for the penultimate Concast group, Ryan, and I'm here to talk all things anime with two lovely gents today. I got my boy straight out of the Hidden Leaf Village, Christian. How you doing today,
That's
Christian?
awesome. I love that introduction. Fantastic. Thank you. How about yourself, Ryan?
I'm excited, a little nervous, but ready to do this.
Same. Thanks for having me on, man.
And then over here, straight to the right of him, we got right out of Soul Academy, Richie. How you doing today,
Oh, I
Richie?
love that. Oh God, I'm doing pretty good, man. I'm excited that you asked me to be on the first episode of this. I was like, oh, this is gonna be insane. I'm all for it. Let's go.
Oh, we got our Goku colors going for the background. We're ready.
Wait, before we continue
So I
this,
think
I want to make it clear that you are not crowned the anime king of this group, okay?
Who's that disembodied voice speaking? I don't know who
Yeah,
that is. I
wait,
don't see that.
is that our
Oh.
narrator?
Yes,
Is that
It could
the
be.
intro for our anime? That's there it is.
that's right. That's exactly what it is. Okay, I'm sorry. Continue.
if Eric wants his crown, he can come find it.
No, again, it's not Eric either. I don't know why you guys keep hyping him up like that.
He needs something. We'll see him on Marvel Mondays.
Yay.
So I figured we'd start this off with we're in a brand new season of anime, boys. It is winter 2021.
Whew.
So I figured we'd spend the first part of this podcast going over to my anime list and just going through the list a little bit, talking about some of the new shows.
Yeah.
You guys all got that pulled up?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, if we just first start off the top, we got some bangers right off the beginning with Attack on Titan final season, which we do a review podcast here every Monday. Sunday and Monday.
How is this
Which
sorted, by
Christian
the
also
way?
on with me.
Is this
This is
sorted on the? Mm-hmm.
Let me take a look at this. I'm guessing by popularity.
Okay.
That
Yeah.
would be my guess.
Looking at
100%,
the
it's
votes,
100% by popularity.
yeah.
Yeah. Definitely. Okay.
It's 100% popularity.
We can sort it by start date.
I think we just keep it at popularity. That works.
Yeah.
Okay.
So again, I don't know what else needs to be said about Attack on Titan final season that we haven't said here on the penultimate podcast. It is utter insanity, especially after episode 5.
Yeah. This one's been delivering the most, I think, out of all the other anime that I've been watching for sure.
I'm not gonna lie. You guys have convinced me to go back and watch Attack on Titan. I've only watched up until the first half of season 2,
Mm-hmm.
and it wasn't clicking for me. I just
Dude. To
It
be
is-
honest, the first 3 seasons I hated. It wasn't until
Okay.
this last one that I actually started liking the show.
all right. I'll definitely do it then. If Christian's telling me that, then I'm gonna have to go back and I'm gonna have to rewatch everything. I'm gonna start from the very beginning and I'm gonna work my way through. I'm gonna power through it.
You could also do a.
Season
They have like a
3
recap
was
movie,
my
right?
favorite season.
Mhm.
There's 2 recap movies that get you from the beginning to the start of the newest season,
Okay.
Okay.
I will
which I
definitely
believe
do
are both on Funimation. I'm pretty
Okay.
sure. Then if we keep going down, we got Promised Neverland season 2. Don't know if you guys watched season 1 of that.
I did, and it was kind of depressing.
Yeah. Super
It's
depressing.
not a happy show.
It is not.
It,
It's
it has one of my favorite first episodes of any anime though. The plot twist in that first episode is fantastic. I wish the rest of that show could keep that energy, because there's the first episode that was just utterly fantastic. Then it lulls a lot, and then the last 3 episodes, all guns blazing, balls to the wall, intense, all the way through.
So I watched season 1 of Promised Neverland because a friend of mine told me he got similar vibes in that show. Uh-oh. Who's getting a phone call?
not me.
It's
I'm not that
Ryan.
Damn, I
important.
don't know why.
Put it on speaker. Do you have something to share with the class?
No, it's these people that keep calling me asking if I have car insurance. I don't own a car.
Oh, dude, I'm getting the same calls right now, so I feel you. But it had like similar vibes to, I don't know if you guys have seen the Cartoon Network miniseries Over the Garden Wall, which is a
I
fantastic show. Go ahead.
I watched
Sorry.
the first
Yes,
episode of
one of
that.
my friends, one of my close friends, absolutely loves it.
You should check it out if you haven't seen
Is
it.
one of their favorite shows.
I have
I've
a
watched
second
some of it.
document pulled up, and I'm typing all of these in as we go. Of hey, here's what I need to add to my list.
So yeah, so they said I should watch Promised Neverland, and for me, it never hit the highs it did with Over the Garden Wall. I didn't feel like much charm was there. Granted, like there's not much you can do to bring some charm out in a show about kids being murdered, but I might check out season 2 if I get the chance.
I'll say the art style and animation for it is just absolutely beautiful. Like there's some scenes that it's just like I had to pause it because the scenery was just so beautiful, and I was like, wow, I love this. And then I watched it and I was like, wow,
Oh,
this is really depressing. What the shit?
So, this past weekend, me and my friends started season 2 of it. We watched the first episode. And one of the big problems is the animation style has changed.
Oh.
So now you're seeing a lot more of the monsters, and they're done in CGI, which we all know CGI in anime, not always the best. So there's some scenes of them getting chased by a monster that just look real rough.
Okay.
Real rough. Hopefully, it's because some of them aren't done in CGI, so hopefully it's only the big monsters, and not all things that are attacking them. We can hope. But that could be a turnoff for me because the animation of the first one is such a stellar animation style and everything that for CGI to ruin it would be really sad.
Ryan, is the story so far for season 2 pretty good?
The first episode's a bit fast paced, but the ending was really good.
Okay.
So I'm excited to see where it's going. Then if we keep going down this list, we get to Dr. Stone, which, holy hell, a breakout for me, I believe, last year or 2 years ago now, where I was not expecting to like this show as much as I did. The science shonen? Yeah, all right.
I haven't seen any of Dr. Stone,
Yeah,
but
I haven't either.
My friends tell me to watch it though.
Guys, it's so fucking
Dr.
good.
Stone. And here comes the mysterious voice again.
I'm
Dr.
sorry.
Stone is ridiculous.
It's really good.
It's fun.
It's on my list. I just because I have multiple people telling me to watch it, and I'm just like, guys, I have a list already. Like it's on there. Don't worry, I'm gonna get to it. There's other stuff that it was more important.
This is the
Well,
I'm sorry.
I can just give you the quick rundown.
Yeah.
So, something happens across the earth that causes everyone to turn to stone. And except for a few people, it's about these few people. One of them who was a super genius, figuring out how to rebuild society from nothing. And so it's about the common things like them building a wheel to them figuring out pulley and lever systems to just keep going down that rabbit hole. And then it becomes also a shonen fight anime because things begin to attack them.
Of course.
So it's really fun. It's fun to see them be just super excited about we figured out how pulleys work. We're getting somewhere.
And you said this is one of your becoming one of your favorite animes?
Oh, I wouldn't say it's become one of my favorites. I think it's just a really fun shonen.
Okay.
Especially in this day and age when good shonen, in my personal opinion, is hard to come by nowadays, pure shonen, where it's not super dark or mixed or something else. I think it's harder to find, so I definitely think it's a fun show to watch.
I'm gonna add that to my list.
If we keep moving down now, there's two very similar, not similar shows, but the isekai genre we're getting to now with The Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime and ReZero, where I like one of these shows and I dislike the other one.
Ooh.
Which one do you dislike? ReZero?
I'm not a big fan of slime.
Oh, okay.
ReZero didn't have me hooked till the end of season 1, and then the beginning of season 2 got really good. But I just like the premise of save points for the whole ReZero premise of that this guy has save points. And I think Subaru is a good main character.
I haven't seen any of the time I got reincarnated into a slime. Or turned into a slime?
So, the time I got reincarnated as a slime.
As a slime. Okay, thank you.
So, it's basically just about someone who gets hit by a truck, basically. The typical, I'm getting sent to another world because I'm dead now. And they get put in a video game, but instead of being the overpowered, like, Kirito, they're just the basic slime mob.
Whoa, hold on.
But
because if you're gonna start talking shit about my boy Kirito, we're gonna have some issues here.
Ooh.
Oh, I all right. We can talk about Sword Art Online for a minute. I have a very hard love-hate relationship with Sword Art Online, where I think the first season is straight fire, but I absolutely hate the second season. Think the third season is straight fire.
Oh, we disagree here.
Then it just continually gets better. But
wait, so you pretty much hate everything with Alfine then?
Yes, I hate anytime they're elves.
Oh,
or fairies
okay.
or whatever they are.
Christian, I'll let you go first.
I love when they get guns.
I liked Gun Gale Online actually quite a bit, if I'm being honest. I thought like the pacing in that season was way better than season 1, and I love season 1. There was more time to breathe in the beginning for me. And then the switch to real life at the end of season 2, I thought was powerful because it felt more of a grounded story than the end of season 1. Season 3 was just like I didn't even engage with it pretty much very often. Like I that show did not retain my attention as much as I hoped it would.
Gun Gale?
Gun Gale
season 3.
Isn't Gun? Okay, season 3. Is that where they start in a brand new world? Again with the blonde people?
Like that.
It's when he's a kid and he can't remember if he's in a game or not. There you go, Alicization. Yeah. Alicization.
Yeah.
I haven't watched any of that because I was like, I don't know how to feel about it.
Okay, so the first half of that season, horrible, not good, boring. The second half is about the U.S. government calling on gamers for an in-game world war between them and Japan. And it's Avengers level hype. Because they just call upon characters from the past, like, 4 seasons to come help during this war. And it's amazing. So if you can power through the first 15 episodes, it gets really good.
Okay. I'll have to say, like,
because it gets super fan servicey, but in like a good way, like Avengers, where like that moment happens where the round table circle like pan shot.
I should show you guys. My iPhone, every page is a different color, and I use widgets to have anime characters on screen. And my pink screen is this picture of I don't know if you guys can see it. Of
that is
Kirito.
gorgeous.
It's his little swords.
Yeah, 2 swords.
So with Sword Art Online, I'll have to say, like, the first, like, because the way I watched it, Netflix broke it up as one season. The first part of it is Aincrad. Second part is Alfine. Absolutely loved it from start to finish. Then when Gun Gale dropped, I was like, oh, holy crap, this is amazing. And I was watching it and how they did, what was his name? Death Gun?
Yeah.
That's who the big bad guy was. How they, like, actually did that, and when they finally revealed, oh, this is how they were doing it, I was like, that is really creepy and adds more of a villain to it. And then, as Christian said, once they did like the last part of that and everything, and like how it was relating to real life and everything, I was just like, wow, this is really depressing, and I'm loving every second of this. I shouldn't be.
I love being sad.
I definitely agree
I am the
but
big
if you
set.
haven't watched it yet, watch the movie that happens before Alicization, where it's them playing basically Pokemon Go, but it's in the Sword Art universe. So,
I
like
have seen that one.
are in like real life. Yes, I went to go see that in theaters, and it was one of the most hype moments I've ever seen in a theater, where like Kirito gets ultimate power or whatever it is, and everyone in the theater is just screaming, and it's fantastic.
What's
And it's just
Kirito's girlfriend's name again?
Asuna?
Asuna. I just love their relationship. Sorry to just like go down this rabbit hole real quick. I just like love every time they're on screen and they're just like being a couple. I'd like some like wholesomeness is needed from time to time.
Ryan, just to make sure we're talking about the same one, you're talking about ordinal scale, right? Ordinal scale or something like that. Yeah.
Ordinal scale.
Yeah, that one was really good. I watched. Yeah, when I moved into my apartment, that was the first movie we watched. It was good.
That's a good pick. All right, so I'm just going to keep moving down this list now a little bit faster. With two shows that I actually really enjoy that are next on this list, actually, which is Quintessential Quintuplets Season 2, and Horimiya, which are both romance animes, which now doing this podcast, I'll have a place to talk about this. I absolutely love romance animes. It's probably my favorite genre.
I do too, but I haven't seen both of these. Should
I haven't either.
So, Quintessential Quintuplets is about it's a high school drama romance, almost ecchi sometimes, maybe, about 5 sisters, all blatant personalities who are all failing school, and the stuck-up nerd who gets the job of tutoring them because he needs money because he is kind of poor.
Classic.
And it's just about him getting to know these girls, and each one has very fun, quirky personalities, very, very stereotypical personalities, except sometimes they go a bit farther than normal. Like, the quiet Chiron is really into, like, Shogun-era history, so she fails every other class but history. She's, like, super in, like, samurai-era stuff, and it's super fun. And it's just a basic run-of-the-mill harem romance show, but it's fun. It's just a fun, easy watch. Now, Horimiya, on the other hand, is just really good. From the first episode, I've heard the manga is fantastic for it. It is about a guy, the typical like loser in school type deal, and a popular girl. But outside of school, they live completely different lives. Where the loser, he actually isn't like the typical. They all think he's like an otaku, a hardcore nerd. No, he's a total punk kid. He has piercings, tattoos, the whole like shebang. Which in Japanese culture, for one, is very not like looked upon well. Like full like face covered, like nose ring, chain to the ears, all that kind of thing. Full tats. And the popular girl is pretty much a stay-at-home mom who watches over her little brother. And it's about them finding each other in their different look and habitat and becoming friends and starting a romance.
Oh, that sounds really good.
Oh, it's really good. It was the most watched first episode of a romance anime ever on Funimation this weekend.
Really?
Wow. Yeah. I would definitely check it out. It's going places. I think it's gonna be a really fun, like it's just really fun and really wholesome. And it's a feel good show.
Okay, you're selling me. I like this.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's just super feel good, and it's what we need right now in these dark times. And now, if we keep going down the list, we're going to skip that and go to Beastar Season 2, which we're not going to talk about because Netflix has it in Netflix jail, and we won't be able to watch it for 6 to 9 months. That'll be a conversation for another day.
Okay, never mind.
Okay.
Oh
yeah.
no, I can bring up Netflix jail if you want to talk about Netflix.
Explain
jail.
this. What is Netflix jail?
So Netflix has been trying to get into the anime market by buying the rights to shows, But like unlike Crunchyroll and Funimation, where we can watch it week to week, they put it out all as a season about 6 months later.
Oh.
So it's really hard to watch some of these shows when they're coming out if Netflix ends up buying the rights to them.
Well, that sucks. They got to change that.
Yeah, it's definitely something I want to see changed because I would love to watch Beastars Season 2. I thought Beastars Season 1 was really good. And I'd love to know how that story continues. And now I have to wait till probably like June.
If I could just interject for a second, I feel like it works for some series. Definitely for Seven Deadly Sins, I like how they hold it, and I can binge watch the whole season all in one shot.
Why do you sound so sexy?
I can't answer that question because I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know how to respond to that.
Oh.
We got Papa Seinfeld here. It's all good.
Okay. All right. I appreciate that.
But then if we just keep moving down the list, we actually
I was like, please don't skip my favorite one.
We actually are about to go to. I'm not skipping it. I just because we have them here right now. Another show stuck in Netflix jail is the 4th season of Seven Deadly Sins.
Oh, that's not what I was going to refer to.
It's airing right now. No, are we about to talk about Cells at Work? Is that the one you wanted to talk about?
No, on my screen that is not what's. It's in the middle of that next row. It's right before Seven Deadly Sins.
Oh, we're gonna get there. I first want to mention.
Okay.
I think it's really funny that there is 2 Cells at Work shows airing at the same time. Where one is Cells at Work and the other is Cells at Work Black, which is a much grittier, like a darker show, where they're in the body of someone who is who has heavily smoked and everything, and they are fighting off much more scary things like cancer.
Wait,
and
what?
The other one is just them just working the body like normal, keep platelets and everything.
That is twisted. What? Okay.
Hold on, I'm trying to find it on my list. I think mine is sorted differently.
I have mine sorted by both numbers.
Do it by numbers, and then right after Beastars is Cells at Work.
Yeah. Because it went the 2 romance ones you were talking about, Beastars, and then Cells at Work.
There it is. Yeah, I was looking at the black version.
Which is right below it.
Yes.
Which is right below. Okay, cool.
That's the dark version.
That looks like I'm looking at this picture.
And all they did was gender swap the characters. So the red blood cell is a guy and the white blood cell is a girl.
And then they just made it grittier.
And they made it grittier. And I just think that's hilarious.
Are they licensed by 2 different people?
I have watched the first season.
No, never mind.
Oh, let me look here. No, both Aniplex of America.
Yeah, okay.
Huh.
I have not watched either of the new seasons, but I watched the first season. It was really fun and educational about the human body, just with anime characters.
Oh no, that does not sound good.
I've seen schools use it as like for science class. Like I've seen like things on Reddit and stuff of people using it in science class.
I'm a big snacker. I like eating when I watch my anime. I do not want to eat and watch that show.
I wouldn't. No, none. But you can even watch Attack on Titan when they're munching on the people.
Yeah, that's pretty easy. Yeah, that's not so bad.
All right. So you said you want to talk about Log Horizon, Richie.
I do. Holy crap! I've been excited for this, and then whoever shared the opening into the chat the other day, I wanted to thank them because I was at work. I was at work. I saw that, and I was like, guys, I need to step away for 5 minutes. And I went outside, listened to it, and like just had a tear roll down because I was so excited. And it aired today, it looks like, and I haven't watched it yet.
It aired earlier today. I have not watched it yet, but I'm planning on it.
Because I binged. I just did my rewatch of it the other day, and Christian, don't get mad at me.
Good. It's good.
I think Log Horizon is better than SAO.
That's fine. I haven't seen Log
Okay.
Horizon, so I don't have any. I don't have an opinion to give back at you.
It's good.
It's really good.
It's
another
up there,
type
like
of video game show. You seem to be a big fan, Richie. Give Christian the quick sell.
So the whole premise of it is like everyone who's like really playing this game just gets like transported into the world, essentially. And then like all these guilds start forming up, and like early on into the first season, there's a giant like guild war. You have this assassin type guild like just going out, and the main characters are just like, we're having a good time. We're just strolling through the forest. There's a cat man. And it's really good. I don't want to give away too much of the spoilers or anything because you haven't watched it, but definitely, please check it out.
I just added it to my list.
Heck yeah.
Awesome.
It can't be better than any sports animes, though. I'll say that.
Oh, nothing's better than sports anime. Nothing brings the hype like Haiku.
Oh man, have you seen Run with the Wind?
Oh, Run with the Wind's real good. So, if we keep going down, there's a show in the same vein of what we've been talking about earlier, which is So I Got Reincarnated as a Spider. So what? Which is right after Cells at Work Black, which I watched the first episode of. And it's the same premise as Reincarnated as a Slime. They're just a mob spider. And it's just fun. It's just a fun show. The personality is a lot better than the character from Slime, so I'm going to see where it goes, and I'll have an update on that later.
Okay.
And if we keep going down this list, we get to my comfort anime, an anime that I just like to throw on because it feels just like having a nice fire on, and that is Eurocamp, and this is Eurocamp Season 2, which is just about cute anime girls camping and them enjoying the outdoors.
You know what?
It just feels like drinking a good cup of tea. That's what watching this show feels like.
If there's one thing I like, it's cute anime girls.
And now they're camping.
You know what? I'm sold already. I'm gonna have some tea and watch Eurocamp.
Yeah, no, it's the perfect show to sit down, have a nice cup of tea, snuggle up in a blanket, and just watch these girls figure out how to do a tent and then fish and sit by a lake and drink tea. It's lovely.
Oh, this sounds amazing. That might be my I'm gonna lay down and just watch it and try to go to sleep.
Just vibe. Mm-hmm.
It's just a relaxing, yeah.
Oh, it is just the perfect relaxing show. Now, if we keep going down, though, we get to a show that I do not know how I feel about it, and that is Skate the Infinite.
Yeah, I don't like it.
I am torn because the animation is really good. That'd be Skate Infinity.
Oh, Skate Infinity. Okay.
So if we keep going down, we're skipping Run Whole Row because the only thing to talk about in there is very controversial in that next show, and I'm not in the mood to touch that.
All right, cool. That's fine with me. See, I've seen a lot of people praise Skate Infinity or Skate Infinite, whatever it's pronounced.
Somebody on Reddit called it Skinfinity, just so you're aware, and you have to hear that because I had to hear it.
Why?
I don't want to hear Skinfinity.
Why?
Skinfinity.
I saw someone on Twitter compare it to, it's pretty much anime rocket power. That is what I saw an actual comparison to, and I was like, I'm actually interested in this, and I have yet to watch it.
That's a disrespect on rocket power.
Really?
So what's your problem with it, Christian? After one episode?
That's my one caveat is that it's only been one episode, so I should give it more of a fair shake. I just don't think this anime captures like what It's my own expectations. I was expecting more like meditations on like what it's like to be skating in Japan, and we're getting something that is adjacent to that in ways I didn't like. Like there's already like they're already teasing villains for the show, and it's like, well, how about we just like establish the protagonist like trying to skate for a little bit before we start like zooming in on this like clown. I don't know.
Yeah, I can definitely agree with that. I was from the trailer. I did not know what to expect, and I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be like them skating, like what I used to do, skate behind a Safeway for a couple hours with my boys." That would have been great.
That's what I want to
But no,
see.
we got this pretty much just a shonen battle anime. It looks like, except instead of fighting on land, they're fighting downhill skateboarding. They're basically longboarding downhill is what it looks like. It's like the longboard racing downhills.
Yeah, it's one of the downhill jams that they're doing.
Yeah. So it's not like tricks
Huh.
and everything. It's just them going real fast, and like weapons were used in the first race. So it looks like it's an anything goes like skateboard race. So it's definitely not what I
So
wanted.
should I watch this?
Not what I'm against either. I personally had fun with it. I think the character design is really fun for it.
Mhm.
It's very 90s anime look, which I'm very about.
Richie, I'll say there's a scene towards the end when like there's somebody who's a snowboarder who is trying to skateboard for the first time, and he's doing pretty well. And he goes off this like huge jump, and the animation like slows down, and like there's like these fireworks exploding behind him. It's gorgeous, and so I think it's worth it to watch the first episode for that scene alone if you're into that, and kind of form an opinion there.
Got it. It's Johnny Tsunami back on board. Got it. Okay, just want to make sure we're on the right.
Here we go. We got it. God,
Oh,
if there's
wow.
anything I was expecting for my first episode of the Anime Nation was not to bring up Johnny Tsunami.
We failed.
The second one
No.
to be in to be
You're right.
like
The second one, I was even worse. So now I'm just gonna take a quick skim through this little last of this list if there's anything I really want to talk about on here. And it doesn't look like that. So we're going to jump down now to TV continuing. Because there's one show I want to talk about before we get to the big topic.
One Piece?
Or I wish it was One Piece.
I don't like
One Piece will be getting its own episode. Expecting it in the next couple of months.
I haven't seen a single episode of One Piece. I'm sorry.
Good, you shouldn't. It's a really bad
Yeah,
anime.
you're fine.
Oh my god.
Even the
So
holy
One
voice said like you're good.
I've
God?
watched One Piece now for over a decade, for about 13 years. So I'm not allowed to have an opinion on it. It's just been a part of my life.
I respect
My
that.
coworker loves it so much. Like he praises it. And he's like, dude, a new chapter just dropped. And I was like, okay. I mean, you could be, reading something better.
No, it's getting so good right now. It's at chapter 1,000. Shit hit the fan. It's going places.
Chapter 1,000. That's like
Yeah.
reading a Stephen King book
But
like
what-
10 times over.
Oh, it is.
What's wrong with
like
Stephen King?
Nothing. His books are long.
I know. That's what I like about him.
It's like reading all of Dark Tower 5 times.
Mhm.
That's like watching Wonder Woman 1984 about 10
Whoa.
times.
No.
I'd rather do that than watch One Piece.
I'd rather watch One Piece. I'm
wouldn't
going to keep
we
it real
all?
with you there.
But the show I wanted to bring up was Higurashi no Kara no Gai, or Higurashi When They Cry.
Ooh.
Which
I haven't heard of the show.
This is a show this is a remake of a show from like the second golden age of anime, I'd call it, which is that 2007 to 2012 era. And it's a remake of it. And the premise is it's 1983, and it's about these kids growing up in this town, and terrible murders keep happening to them. And they have to figure out a time loop, because every time the murders happen, you wake up and the time is back to the same date in June 1983.
Cool.
And it's so figuring out how to stop the loop. It's Groundhog Day, but super violent.
I have a question.
In horror filled. Yes.
One, that sounds awesome. Like I'm already sold.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Two, why is one of the categories of this show dementia? Does that play a big part?
say yes because none of them remember a time loop is happening.
Oh, I'm
Oh.
adding this right now.
Yeah.
Oh, I watched. So it's based off a visual novel which I've played, and then it was into an anime back in the day, which I remember watching. Oh, probably almost 10 years ago now, maybe. Yeah, I was about 13. That'd be right. And now it's gotten this remake, and me and my best friend have been watching this remake religiously every week, and it's the highlight of our week because it's just. So the first couple episodes so half of it is this typical anime like moe drab where it's just cute girls doing cute things and having fun, and then one of them gets real sus and things start getting weird. And the murders begin. And they're just trying to figure out how this loop is working and like how to stop it, and it's fantastic.
Now,
So
Ryan,
definitely if you like
before we
horror,
sorry,
watch it. What were you gonna say, Richie?
I was gonna ask because it's here. I've added it to my list. It's right after the one we were just talking about. Has anyone started the new Inuyasha series?
No, but I was
I watched
curious.
the first 2 episodes
Is it bad?
and I just couldn't do it.
Okay.
It's not good. I'm
Okay.
also not a big Inuyasha guy. Like I remember watching Inuyasha when I was like 8, but
It was on
I have
Adult
not
Swim. You just
rewatched Inuyasha. Yeah,
that's how I
like
watched it. I
it
would
was
just
on.
wake
It
up,
was the thing
turn it on.
on after Naruto. That's just what I remember.
I've been
It was in between Naruto
rewatching.
and Bleach. And I was just trying to get to Bleach.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you've been rewatching it.
No, I've been rewatching Yu Yu Hakusho for the first time since I was a kid. Like
Oh,
when we watched, yeah.
fuck
I've
yeah.
actually never watched it.
And
I
it
own the
has.
first season.
You should check it out. It's not hitting me the same way it did when I was a kid. I'll say that. Like, I've been throwing it on and like checking my phone as I watch the show. To be honest, which is kind of sad for me.
I know. Xavier Woods' real name Austin Creed. I
Mhm.
think I
Yes.
always mix up his real name. When he was doing Kind of Funny Live 3 and he was the host, he like was praising Yu Yu Hakusho, and I was like, I really need to watch this, but I just don't want to. But Xbox like that next day gave it away the first season for free because it was the start of anime month, and they're like, hey, here's the first season on us, and I was like, okay, well, I'll get it, and I just have never gone back.
You should. It's got one of the greatest openings of all time.
Okay.
It's got one of the great openings, and it has one of my personal favorite tournament arcs of all time, which
Yeah.
definitely an episode I want to do one of these days. It's just talking tournament arcs, because there's ways to do them and there's ways not to do them. And the tournament arc in Yu Yu Hakusho is some classic hype. But with that, we're about to get into a tournament arc in the show we're about to talk about, and that would be Jujutsu Kaisen.
Yes, sir.
The main topic for today. And
so happy.
An anime that kind of came out of nowhere for what it was, and then it's blown me away since first episode 1. I was not ready for how this is.
I know you guys are a lot farther than I am because I am a horrible anime fan, and I only watch dubs because dyslexia and subs do not work well together.
This is a hard show to watch sub, by the way. So no,
yeah.
good call for that.
I've gotten to episode 11 where I just did the whole overtime fight, and I was like laughing the entire time because my coworkers were like hyping up this fight and everything, and I was just like, I can barely. I'm on episode 8 in the dub because that's what's out. We'll get a new episode in 2 days. And I went and I was like, I'm gonna have to watch the dubs for these. I can't do this. I wanted to get to that point so I could say, guys, I made it, and now I can't. But holy crap, this anime! It's wild. It is absolutely wild.
Have both you guys seen either Mob Psycho 100 or Tokyo Ghoul?
I've seen Mob Psycho.
Okay. Because the way I've been describing this to people is if you took Mob Psycho 100 and either Tokyo Ghoul or Bleach and combined them together.
Ooh.
Because
I love
it has a lot of things that remind me of like old school Bleach and also Tokyo Ghoul, some of the way the fight scenes work and everything, with their bodies contorting and all that. But it has the humor of Mob Psycho. But what were you going to say, Christian?
No, I just love how meta like this show gets. There's like tons of references. There's like a Naruto reference. There's like a Smash Bros reference, which is hilarious. Um, I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
What was that?
Oh, even in the second episode when he's like giving his introduction to his friend and everything, where he's like, "Oh, this is where I live now. This is this, and I'm also in the girls like Jennifer Lawrence."
Oh yes.
And they just straight up name drop Jennifer Lawrence, and I was like,
I almost forgot.
I mean, that's a way to introduce yourself.
Yes.
So one thing I'll say, because I've been as I held up the manga, I've been reading the manga alongside with watching, and in the manga, like the emotional impact just doesn't hit like in the first episode with the thing with his grandpa happens, and it's like, holy crap, like this is devastating, this is sad, and in the manga it's just like, oh yeah, this happened.
Oh, just so we all are on the same page here, I thought I sent this out. We can spoil up to the explaining of Infinite.
Okay.
Where his teacher explains how his powers work, because I want to go into that into detail, because that's one of the craziest things I've seen.
What episode is that?
8 or 9, I think.
8.
Okay, so yeah, that's where I forget their names every time. Damn, I'm going to the manga. The nail jutsu girl that you meet in the third episode, her and the guy that recruits him are fighting the two people, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And it's like,
that,
and
I
he
just
goes
finished
into
that
depth
fight.
then about how his power works. And like he
Yeah,
explains how he's like basically what happens. But before we get to that part, I figure we just start from the beginning of it and just go down this like how I really didn't know what to expect when I first started watching this.
Mm-hmm.
But like 15 minutes into the episode, I'm like, oh, I'm sold. This is good.
Dude, I was sold at the intro song. That intro song is amazing.
The music for it it just captures the mood of everything that's happening. It's like, yeah, this is upbeat. No, I was like, oh, this is gonna get dark. But hey, at least we have a good upbeat song to go with it.
I like the outro song too. They're both bops.
The outro is just such a bop.
I have
especially
them
with
both
the
on my Spotify
animation
list.
for it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, when I'm working and stuff, I have that on my second monitor just looping because it's just good background, something to look at. I'm just like,
yeah,
look at them dance. They're having a great day. There's a 10-hour loop on YouTube. I just throw that on. Good time.
I'm gonna need a link.
I'll hit you up with that, Christian. But my only problem with the opening, it's a little thing, is
what is it?
All these other characters get glorious moments, except Panda, who you just see vaulting a wall. And when you're watching the second episode, you're just like, why is there a panda vaulting?
First of all, he's on a rooftop.
He is on a rooftop vaulting.
He gets some good moments, though.
Parkour.
Oh, Panda's one of my favorite characters. I love
falling practice. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
I was sitting there just cackling, and he's like, falling practice. I'm just like, what the hell?
I think
Panda's great.
Panda's cooler than that guy who just says Bonito Flakes.
Yes.
Oh.
Bonito Flakes. Salmon.
Oh god.
I have an admission to make, which is I almost want to put Jujutsu Kaisen in my top 5 anime of all time.
Wow.
Yeah.
I can't wait for
the only thing that's stopping me is that like season 1 isn't even done yet, but I want to do it. And I told Ryan and Ruben the other day that I almost dyed my hair pink for this episode.
Oh, I wish you would have. Oh, that would have been glorious.
It would have been a fire look. But I can definitely see it going up on people's lists. Like, it's bringing me old school anime vibes that I just haven't felt since things like Bleach, Soul Eater, and those kind of shows.
Exactly.
And it's doing it better than those shows did.
It's doing this
And
amazingly well.
and this is such a horror anime in general, which I would consider as a horror shonen.
I like that.
Ryan, I think we lost you, man.
Hello?
Oh, you're
there
back.
we go.
Okay, cool.
Okay, weird. Well, my mic just got unplugged a little bit. But horror anime is a hard thing to do, and I think it does this perfectly, balancing it with the comedy. But especially, the thing that's over the top for me is the monster design. The monsters in this are actually creepy.
Dude, they're disgusting.
It's wild. What was it? I think it was in episode 6 where they're sitting in the diner and the dude with like the volcano head and like everyone just starts catching on fire. I was like, what the shit? Like, we just had a feel good moment with, the main character over here, and then we cut to this. What the hell?
Dude, that scene was so eerie because there's that one worker who can like sense the presence of the other, like the curses there, and he just like quits on the spot and leaves.
Yeah, he's
and
like,
as soon as
I
does,
gotta stay alive. I gotta take care of my sisters and put them through school. I gotta get out of here. My survival instincts is telling me to go. And he's like, I quit. And then the manager's like, no, get back here. And then he goes over to his table and then he just catches on fire. And then the girl, like everyone, starts catching on fire. And then the girl's like trying to crawl her way out, makes it to the door. And I was like, she's gonna make it. She's gonna make it. Shit.
Yeah, when you realize that like he spared her on purpose just
Mhm.
until she got to the door just to toy with her and then kills her, insane. Like it was like,
wow.
I gasped.
And then his fight comes in like at the very end of that episode is like when it like sets up the fight between him and shit. I always mix up their names. I don't want to say the wrong name. White-haired, spiky.
Is it the silver hair guy?
Yeah.
Fukushima? No.
Fukumura?
Shikamaru? Just kidding.
I was like, this is not Naruto. I'm gonna.
While you guys are looking, Harley, I know you're listening because you listen to this content. Watch Jujutsu Kaisen. I know you're already listening to up to this point. Watch Jujutsu Kaisen.
Satoru.
What's his first name?
That is his first name.
What's his last
Naruto
name?
Gojo.
Gojo.
Oh, okay, that guy. Gojo. That guy.
Yeah. Yeah, he's the one that like interrogates Idori. Like when he's like tied to the chair and everything, and he's like, yeah, this is the room. And it's like, oh shit. All right.
Kakashi 2.0 with the blindfold.
Oh my god. When he lifts his eye up, he's just like, hi.
He's literally just Kakashi, right? Like
all
each
four of them
is just Kakashi.
like...
So I know we don't want to we don't want to jump too far ahead, but apparently in the manga we just got his backstory. And it's wild, and I'm like, oh god, am I gonna read past where the manga or where the show is? Because I was trying to like stay on pace with the show, and I'm like, I guess I'm going there.
There's only a handful of manga I want to read. One is My Hero, and the other is Jujutsu.
Get the Shonen Jump app, like I said.
I can't.
Both of them are on there.
I have too many books to read. Otherwise, I would.
on the phone.
I know.
On the phone.
I know.
Right now, I'm like just so like to kind of like stay on like how far ahead like Jujutsu is. Chapter 134 just dropped on January 3rd.
And where is
the manga is like, huh?
And how far into that is the show? Like, what chapter would we be
Each episode is a chapter, I would say,
on?
because
Okay.
the third chapter in the manga is where they meet
Noboru?
the metal girl, the girl with metal
Sakura?
or whatever that
Yeah.
chapter is actually called. Yeah,
Sakura?
and like he punches through the wall, and he's like, "Wait, did I miss?" And he just like he goes, "Oh, he's right there," and just blasts him. I was like, "Holy hell!" That was one of my favorite moments in the show so far. And then the episode where he Gojo is fighting the volcano molten guy
Oh,
in the
his
lake, and
infinite
he's just like,
domain.
and every time
Yeah.
like he just keeps throwing fire at him. He's like, "Are you stupid or something? Like I told you, it's not gonna work on me." And I'm like, "Holy hell, you don't want to mess with this guy."
Let's take a minute to talk about the infinite or the
Wait,
infinity.
hold on. Quick second before that. There's a moment right before that that is like, I think up there is like as dope as the actual infinite domain, which is his like barrier that he has. He's like, yeah, the space between you and me is infinity right now. The faster you go, the slower you go because there's just the infinite amount of space right here. Epic.
When
Do
he's
they
like, try to touch my hand.
Yeah.
and like when they like when he goes and gets Adori, and like Adori's like, "Weren't we just at the academy like 10 seconds ago? Why am I here?" Like, and
Oh
he just
yeah.
has no idea what's going on. He was like, "I'm just watching movies trying to get my soul energy to like stay stabilized so this bear doesn't punch me in the face, and now I'm here.
Mhm.
What the shit?"
I love
there
Panda.
there's some like retching moments where like when the curse like takes over his body and he goes, "Well, I guess I'm taking this dude hostage," and just rips his heart out.
Oh, that was
We're
disgusting.
not even
I
like
felt that.
5 episodes in, and this happens, and I'm like, "What the shit?"
Rip Itadori.
Oh, it's
And then when Idori wakes up after
that.
that fight, and he's just like the doctor's examining him, she turns around and he goes, "Yeah, we're all good." He turns around, he's just sitting up like, "Hey, how's it going?"
And then he high fives Goja.
Yeah, he's just like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, high five," and the nurse is holding pants up like, "Hey, he needs to put these on."
And they're like, did he make? And when Gojo's talking to him, he's like, so I'm guessing you had to make a deal with him. He's like, yeah, I think so, but I don't remember. I'm like, oh no.
Yeah, because we see what
Um,
happens.
Oh, yeah, the internal battle in his mind for
He's
his
like,
body. Yeah.
He's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna kick your face," and like, just his face gets cut in
Slice.
half, and it's like, "Oh shit." Well, that's gonna come back.
Can we first off? I love how I don't know if you guys have seen the show Parasite, but whenever the demon takes over him, it always reminds you of Parasite because of like the extra hand or the extra like eyeballs around the body and stuff. Just that kind of like acute body horror is really cool in this.
Yeah.
Because it's not like over the top body horror, it's just unsettling. Like, oh, he just has a mouth on the side of him now. Okay. That works.
But even that kind of grosses me out every now and then. Or when it comes out of his hand.
I mean,
That
that's
reminds
literally
me
the
of-
cover of the manga.
Yeah.
Just the
Yeah.
hand.
That reminds me
And I
of
was like,
Naruto. Oh god, what was their name?
no,
Oh,
it
yeah.
reminds me of the sword in Soul Eater. Krona's sword.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
when that freaking talks, I was like, because I was getting some Soul Eater vibes from this, like as you said, and I was like, oh yeah, this is really cool, and I love the Soul Eater universe. I love the art style of it, and I was getting vibes from that, and I was like, wow, they're just doing curses. When's the Devil Academy gonna come into play?
Well, if it's my understanding, the next arc is the tournament arc, which will be interesting.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
But again, this show's just so wild. Where it's subverting my expectations, but still like giving me that good shonen energy I need. Where
It's fantastic.
it is. And again, the infinite is just one of the coolest like trump cards I've seen in a long time in anime. where I can just we're just gonna make multiverses, kinda. I think that's how his power works, is infinite things are happening infinitely.
I think
in my little
what did he tell that guy? He's like, yeah, your mind can see everything, and that makes you do nothing. And I was like,
and then it'll make you die peacefully and fast. I'm like, oh, he gives the power of the universe, and it just milks your brain. Awesome.
gorgeous animation too during that scene.
Oh my god! When he lifts up his eyes and just shoots back like the Star Wars warp travel stuff. This is everything in the universe hit.
So my
oh
background.
my god, it's amazing.
My background on my computer right now, because I have dual monitors. One of them is Revenant from Apex. The other one is the fight between Midori and Gojo when the curse is taken over him, and he's like doing a just backhand, and then Gojo just catches it. Like it's just that on loop.
Cool.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, no, this shirt's gorgeous. But and then also it really does the humor well with like the not the end credit scene, but the things at the end were just like little comedy bits, like them playing volleyball with the volcano guy's head. What it is, the villains are just like, we're gonna play soccer with it now.
I didn't know there was like post credit scenes like that until episode 13. And I should have learned my lesson from Attack on Titan, but here I am.
Again.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry.
Oh my god. At least these ones are just like, they don't mean anything. They're just slight little comedy bits and not the most important scene in all of Attack on Titan.
Hey, man.
It was great to get your reaction live, though.
It really was.
But yeah.
Moment.
Wait, were you on the podcast when you found out that there was after credit scenes?
Mm-hmm.
Oh no.
It was a big moment for me.
Yeah, he was like, this episode was okay, and we're like, oh my god, this was the best episode of the season so far.
And it wasn't until the end of our discussion they're like, wait, you didn't know there was something after? And I was like, no.
That is amazing.
Yeah. Oh, it's fantastic. Any closing statements for Jujutsu Kaisen?
Richie, go first.
I'll let you go first because I'm trying to figure out what I was wanting to say.
I want more people to watch this show. This, like, to me, is the surprise hit of possibly the year for me, if I'm being honest. And like, I have such high expectations every episode, and they haven't failed to deliver. That's 2 negatives. Sorry, and they deliver every time.
It's definitely good. I'm really excited to continue. I'm struggling because I want to read the manga and get further ahead, but I'm afraid to. I'm afraid that it's just going to ruin the magic that the show's capturing. Because, I mean, Ryan, am I allowed to talk about the anime that just got announced that I've been reading the manga for?
Sure, you can talk about Chainsaw Man?
Yeah.
Save it. I actually want to talk about that after this discussion.
Okay, that's 100% fine. Yeah, it's just I'm excited to see like where this is gonna go. So I don't know. Like I want to read the manga, but I'm scared to. I'm really scared to because I'm just afraid it's gonna kill that magic.
It be like that.
It do be like that.
I get that. Especially, I'm glad this is a 24 episode season. I needed that. I don't think I could have lasted for 13 and be like, well, time to wait a year to watch this. Yeah. But I think my closing statement for this is just going to be akin to Christian's. Watch it. It is surprisingly good, especially if you grew up in the age of the big three anime of Naruto, Bleach, and One Piece being like the anime, and you were a Bleach guy. Give this a shot because it is everything Bleach wanted to be and more, and it is just fantastic. Really give it a shot. And that goes into now our closing part, which is going to be my manga recommendation of the week.
Oh,
I'm going to be recommending a manga to read because I don't think enough people read manga anymore, and I want that to be put out there. That's something I like.
Ryan, there's a
And
store here in Portland that's like a huge just a manga shop, and it's got like tons of cute like kawaii like toys and stuff. And I want to go there. I think I'm gonna go like in another week or so, take pictures and share it with the group.
Please do.
yeah, definitely, that sounds super cool. And for my first ever manga recommendation of the week, it's going to Chainsaw Man.
Damn it, I ruined it.
That's where I wanted to save it for this. You did, but that's okay because I had a couple I was going to recommend. It just depended on who was on and what I want to talk about. And knowing that you're a fan of Chainsaw Man helps.
Yeah.
To where, holy shit, this manga, right? Just holy shit.
What chapter are you on?
It. Let me open up the Shonen Jump app. Only 99
Yay,
cents.
another person that's got the Shonen Jump app. Christian.
I follow them on Twitter. Is that enough?
That counts.
I'm
There's
telling you,
a-
$1.99 is worth it.
There's
It's
a
so
chapter
worth it.
0 of Jujutsu Kaisen I saw.
Yeah.
That's my manga recommendation. You heard it
Chapter
here first,
0.
folks. Chapter 0.
I'm on chapter 80.
Oh, you're further than I am. I'm on 30.
What is this, man? This is insane.
Dude, I'm so ready for the anime to come out because the studio that does Attack on Titan and Jujutsu Kaisen is the one who's doing it. So I'm really excited to see what soundtrack they choose for this because if it's not a heavy metal soundtrack, I'm gonna be mad.
Ariana Grande all around.
I mean, so I'm gonna go ahead and pitch this to you, Christian. What this?
Yeah, pitch.
So Chainsaw Man is about his character Dingy. Is that how you pronounce his name, Dingy? I want to make sure I'm pronouncing that right.
Mm-hmm.
So he is recruited by the Yakuza to become a devil hunter because his dad owed a lot of money. Well, his dad dies before the manga even starts and everything. So Dingy is in charge of now paying off that debt. So he's like, yeah, we're going to pay off the debt and everything. Well, he finds this dog that is a devil itself, and it's a chainsaw dog. So he uses that for like his devil hunting until he comes across a living dead devil, which is like a zombie devil. And he kills the dog in front of him. So he makes a deal with like the dog as it's still bleeding out almost. And he goes, "Eat my heart, and I will always be a part of you." Because he's like, "I'm homeless. This is my best friend. I don't know what to do." So he eats his heart and becomes the Chainsaw Man. Like, I mean, he has blades that come out of his arms. He has a giant blade that comes out of his face. And his whole premise in life, he doesn't want like a big house or anything. He wants to touch girls' boobs.
Oh, I feel the pain.
He's like, he meets Makima, who is the head of the government, like officiated devil hunters, like group, like it's her task force, and like he has a huge crush on her from the beginning, and he's like, yeah, I just want to touch, I just want to touch her. That's it. I just want to touch her. If she asks me to do anything, I'm just gonna do it and hope she lets me touch her.
What an extremely Japanese thing, like for a boy to be this horny.
This makes Issei from High School DxD look like a nobody with how horny this main character is. It's hilarious.
Is horny on main.
So Chainsaw Man is just the story about some guy who's down bad.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah. Wants to touch boobs.
My curiosity's peaked.
Oh, it's fantastic. I can't recommend it enough because like there's points where I'm just sitting here laughing and then my friend's like, it's all downhill from here, and I'm like, oh. Oh no.
The anime comes out later this year. Definitely give it a check. Especially it's getting done by the studio who's doing Attack on Titan and Jujutsu Kaisen. They know how to animate.
They do.
Like,
yes, they do.
When they want to turn it up to 11, they turn it up. Mappa turns it up to 11. And with that, that closes out the first ever episode of Anime Nation.
Sure.
Now let's get to those plugs. Christian, what you want to plug today?
Oh, cool. Thank you. As always, I'm gonna plug my movie podcast, Large Popcorn. We've got some exciting stuff coming very soon. I can't announce quite yet. But we also have a director interview that went out this week. We just did another director interview that's coming out in 2 or 3 weeks. Very exciting stuff. You should be on the lookout for those.
Definitely give it a listen. I've recorded an episode. Guess what? It's talking about anime, and it was super fun.
Thank you.
And another person, this Eric, his one up, his Jurassic Park one, also fantastic. Definitely give it a listen. Now, Richie, what you plugging today?
As always, I'm gonna plug my my Twitch channel. I'm almost to affiliate. Just got to get those average views up. So it's at Rich Dolphus, right? Whatever site it's at on the screen. So yeah, I'm gonna plug that. I play pretty much really anything. I've been playing Yakuza Like a Dragon, and I played some Apex and Call of Duty earlier today.
Holy shit, Yakuza Like a Dragon. Anime the video game.
It is.
Fantastic.
Any of the Yakuza games are anime the video game.
Yeah.
Let's be real.
Oh yeah.
You should stream Hatoful Boyfriend.
Okay.
We dating some pigeons.
That's the pigeon dating game.
I was gonna stream Monster Prom at some point because that game's wild.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, Monster Prom is so much fun.
Oh, it's so good.
But,
I gotta get my capture card gets here this week, and I think that's gonna be the first Switch game I stream.
Nice.
I will be plugging the place where this will be found and other podcasts I'm on, and that'd be the Penultimate Conquest at Penultimate Conquest on Twitter. And also my own Twitter, Ryan the Lion 3055, where you can find me for now, mostly anime hot takes. And whatever else I'll be up to and wherever else you can find me. Or maybe message me if you want to be a guest on this show. And lastly, I want to give big shout out to Papa Seinfeld, Ruben here, for giving me an opportunity to finally talk some anime on this podcast.
Listen, man, it's about
time.
time
To talk some anime.
It's about time.
And with that, this is the end of the first episode. Find out next.
Before that,
Nation.
I'm sorry to cut you off, but before that, I have one question. What is everybody's take on Tokyo Ghoul?
I liked it.
On Tokyo?
Yes.
Tokyo Ghoul?
Tokyo Ghoul, yes.
Tokyo is really good.
Okay. Cool.
Really good.
It was dark and gritty.
Season, and I think the second season's a little bad, but
okay.
The first season's really cool.
All right.
I watched the first season right after I watched Dead Man Wonderland, and I was like, wow, I'm just going from dark to even darker. Let's go.
Also, Sarah _H0104 wants to get Ryan's attention. Ryan, she said she already follows you.
Yes, Sarah, what do you want?
Thank you, Sarah.
Damn, okay. All right. Okay.
Wait, before you end the show, one last thing. Just Hunter x Hunter is not a good show.
Hunter x Hunter? The fact that you just said Hunter x Hunter.
This man just said Hunter x Hunter. Chat, go.
Hunter. No, you can
Wait, so would High School DxD be considered High School Double D?
No, yeah, exactly.
But like, what do you want me to say? FLCL and not Fooly Cooly?
No, Fooly Cooly is the correct pronunciation. All right.
Thank you, Sarah. Love you too. Have a great rest of your day.
But again, Sarah, he's not the king. I'm sorry.
Who's the king?
Eric.
Who is the king of anime?
No, Eric is not the king of anime anyway. So I'm sorry. I up until the king comes on the show, I can't disclose that information.
Oh, wow.
Am I going to have to wear a Burger King crown next episode?
No, because you are not the king either.
On his own podcast. Wow. Whew.
Listen, I'm sorry. Okay, I can't lie.
And with
All right.
that,
Okay.
that concludes this episode of Anime Nation. find out next week what happens next.